Yeah, my son is our loan beneficiary for all of our assets, and we have him on our bank accounts. And my question is, when he has that right, but can he access the safety deposit box?
So, Michael, what you're saying, and this is a great question, what you're saying is you have taken steps to avoid probate on your bank accounts and some other assets, and now you're wondering, hey, what happens to our safety deposit box if we both pass away? Michael, if it would require a probate process for your son to get into that safety deposit box, a few $1,000s just for him to open it up. And that could be very disappointing for him if there's just some old paperwork in it or it's empty. So, Michael, as far as your safe deposit box is concerned, our recommendation that we give to all of our clients is either you close it and get rid of it, or if you want to keep it, there's something really of value in there, you would add your son as a co-owner. To make your son a co-owner of that safe deposit box, it would require that he go to the bank with you and would require that he knows where a key is in case he needs it.
Thank you. That's great information. I appreciate it.
Hey, Michael, before you go, do you own a home here in Florida?
Yes, I do.
Have you taken steps to avoid probate on your home?
Yes, I have. I have the Ladybird deed, and in fact, I went to your office to get all of my paperwork done.
Awesome, Michael. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate you calling in, making the public aware of that. Christy, we do that. We cover safe deposit boxes when we do our workshops because people want to avoid probate because it's expensive and takes a long time. And if they own a safe deposit box, it's going through probate unless they take the steps that we spoke of.
Thank you, Michael, for being a client. We really appreciate it. And great question. You've taken all the steps, and oftentimes that one last little thing about the safety deposit box, hopefully that gets buttoned up and you're good to go.
Chris, we do regular workshops on easy ways to avoid probate, and we always offer to do those workshops if people are members of a church, a synagogue, a civic organization, a community group. We will travel and bring the workshop to your group. And last week we traveled and we brought the workshop to the Maitland Men's Club. What a fine group of men.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we did this very same workshop for them, and as we always do in our workshops, we cover that very issue. If you got a safe deposit box, we're talking about ways to avoid probate. We cover cars, we cover bank accounts, we cover IRAs, life insurance, property that you own, and then we cover safe deposit boxes. And if you've got a safe deposit box, you definitely want to avoid probate on it. And the way to do that is, number one, get rid of it if you're not using it anymore. Or if you really want to keep on using it, add one or more of your names of the children as a co-owner of that box.
Absolutely. And we know that people, when they come to us, one of the questions we always ask is, do you have a safety deposit box? However, other than that, it's about letting listeners know, if you hear this, at least then check into it. Because a safety deposit box is often something that people overlook.
I want to add one more fine point to that, and that is this. If you've got a safe deposit box, you're a married couple, and let's say you got $100,000 worth of gold in it, and you've got 3 kids. If you make one of your children the co-owner of that safe deposit box with you, it means when you both pass away, that gold belongs to your one child. Mm-hmm. He or she will not be obligated to split it up with their siblings. So if you really have $100,000 of gold or jewelry in there, it would be important that you make all of your kids a co-owner of that box so they will all equally be entitled to split the contents of it when you pass away.
Correct.
Yeah, very, very important point. Realistically, I found, Chrissy, most of our clients these days, they've got an in-home safe. They've gotten pretty common, pretty popular just to have a safe in your home to keep your valuables in it.
More and more, that is what people have done. This is why we say if they do have the safety deposit box, it's about making sure on their radar that they deal with it.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Often,
if by chance.
Often people will say, well, Tom, I have it where I do my banking, my bank gives me a free safe deposit box. Well, so they got it, there's nothing in it. Well, this is the same situation. They pass away. The child says, I can't get in the box. Well, tell them bad news. It's going to require probate, a few $1,000s to get into that box. And what choice do they have? There may be diamonds and gold in there. They don't know.
Correct.
But they pay that few $1,000s for the probate to get in the box, and they open it up and it's empty. What a disappointment.
Absolutely. And that is often what happens, which is why, again, you as the parents or anybody that owns the safety deposit box, deal with it now, because otherwise it can really be a nightmare for your family down the road if you pass away. It makes me think of, Tom, though, the client that we had quite a while ago, where she had multiple safety deposit boxes because she had very valuable jewelry. Remember, it was the lady that they owned a jewelry store on Block Island.
I do, yeah, exactly.
Remember? So it wasn't just one safety deposit box. That is where she relied on to keep much of her, and she had multiple boxes because she sold the jewelry store, and this was her own personal collection.
I gotcha. Well, that would be exciting to open up as one of their children and look at all the valuables in there.